everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be stretching our supplies by using the Cricut to create an image that has been pretty popular. There's a die cut that will cut this out and I don't own it, but I thought I needed to. Then I was like, wait a second, I could create that on my Cricut. So I created that image as well as a stencil with some masks, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. So I'm using two stamp sets from Hero Arts. The first one was the January 2023 kit. The second one was the December 2023 kit. So we're going to be using MFT's Red Hot, Simon Says Stamps Hot Lips, and Doll Pink to stamp out these three main images. So I did wipe off the stamp before I inked it up, but because it's brand new, I haven't stamped it yet. I probably should have done Versamark first. I get smarter when I do the second stamp. I did have to stamp this one several times. It is pretty detailed, so you don't want to press too hard and then, because that will splay the letters out and then it'll make them a lot fatter, and then sometimes they run together if you just press down really hard. So I stamped it up very gently several times. We're going to do a technique to it, so you're going to, the letters are going to be able to stand out, so don't worry about that. Now I'm getting smarter, like I said, using the Versamark, and then we're going to be using one of the MFT stamp set called Red Hot, and we're going to stamp the Valentine's Day word out. I'm then going to stamp out the XO in the last color, which was Hot Lips. I'm going to go ahead and use the same Versamark ink to go ahead and stamp over top of that. I'm also going to ink up the image with the Simon Says Stamp Hot Lips ink, and then we're going to stamp that down onto the top left-hand corner. Once those three are done, I'm going to grab three images from that December 2023 Hero Arts kit, two mice, and then this row of envelopes. I just thought these were really cute. I will have to mask off the bottom, I think it was 2 envelopes in this. I didn't want the images to hang off of the side. Sometimes you do want that to happen, but this time I don't. I wanted all of the image to fit in there, and I didn't want to cut the stamp because the images are real close together on this. So I just did some washi tape masking, inked it up, and then I took the washi tape off, which is super important to make sure you take the washi tape off before you stamp the image onto whatever you're stamping it onto, because otherwise you will transfer that ink that is on top of the washi tape onto your project. I've done that several times, so I always make sure that I remove that. None of these images were stamped before, so I am going to go back in with my Micron black pen and go ahead and outline some of this. So while you're watching me outline some of this and then start coloring, I'm just going to do some basic coloring with some colored pencils. I thought I would talk to you about the recreating of this image. So a little while ago, I saw the Waffle Flower postage stamp collage set. So they have the die, they have some stencils. I think they might even have some stamps. I know they have some masks for the stencils too that they have. And I have full set syndrome, and I know me, I would want to buy the entire bundle, and then I would have these things that I could only use for the stamp set. I mean, I'm sure you could use them for other things, but I probably would only use them for this because they would all be stored together. So I decided that I could recreate this on the Cricut. So I did not show recreating this, but if you want me to show you how to do this, let me know in the comments below and I will make a video on that. But I did a lot of selective slicing, and it was actually a lot of work to create this, but I was really happy with the way it came out. I did a bunch of trial and errors. I will tell you that there is a postage image on there that has these dots as well as the the diamonds. So the diamonds are where the two lines meet. So horizontal and a vertical line, it becomes a diamond. So I kept that in here. And there is a postage stamp that has that in it already. The problem with that was that each of the rectangles that are inside of it that are created by those intersecting lines were the exact same size. So there's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't want that design, and I wanted to figure out how to create something that was similar to that postage collage. So if you don't want to do any of this selective slicing and creating your own image, there definitely is an image in Design Space that you can go ahead and use, and that was the image that I used to create all of these little dots. So it was a lot of fun. I like to challenge myself when I see something that I'm like, I really want, but I wanted to use it right then and there, and obviously I didn't have it and it wasn't available in any store that was around me, so I decided to use what I have to create this. I pay for Design Access every single month, and do I use it every single month? Absolutely not. I use it mostly at Christmas time or when I need to do something like this. So I really need to use what I have more, especially since I pay for the access part of it. You know, it ebbs and flows. I use it a little bit more sometimes, and then, you know, then there'll be months that I go without using it at all. But if you have Design Space, even the free version, Silhouette has some stuff there. You really can create almost anything in there if you can just break it down into pieces and find images of things that, like, of how you want it to look, and then put them together. I've done hats on different characters. Like there was a cat, and then I created a Santa hat for it because it didn't have one on there. So just because that image does not exist in whatever system you have, or even same things with dies and stencils or stamps, you can piece things together and, you know, completely change the look of it and extend the life of your product. So I love doing that, and that's kind of just, you know, that's the, I guess that's the moral of this this video, or the you know, the reason behind this video. But it was a lot of fun to create. So all right, now back to the card front. I added some white gel pen details. When some of the inks dried back, they dried much lighter than they originally stamped out, so I didn't think that you could see it as well once the ink had dried. So I used that same micron pen to go over the X and the O's that I also added a little bit of highlights to. I did the same thing for the word Valentine, and I'm also going to use that micron pen to trace over the Happy Valentine's Day that's in that banner, and you can see it so much better now. I think it looks a lot better with that black outline. So pretty much all of the images were colored in, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a heart to that little stamp because I thought it just needed something. Because I use colored pencils, I was able to erase that little inside of the heart and then color it in with a pink. I'm going to be using my Barely Arts glue to add glue to the back of each one of these rectangles, and then attach it to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And that's going to complete the card for today. So let me know down in the comments if you want an instructional video on how to create that postage stamp. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video. Bye!